We've stood and talked like this before. We looked at each other in the same way then, but I can't remember where or when.
Look who's here, Kathy Wolf. I could experience your fragrance. I was like, it smells delicious in here. Ooh, Kathy Wolf is here. I'm so glad that you are joining us. And what a treat to bring Michael Bublé's fragrance, which has been so popular. We've got our final about 500 remaining, and this is not just his fragrance, Love Note. This is 2 full-size bottles, plus this gorgeous, almost looks like a pebbled leather bag as well. So they come individually boxed. Give this as a gift. It's like a buy one, get a bag. And for our final 500. So, ooh, 500 lucky people. That's it. That's it. And when they're gone, they're gone. That's right. This fragrance is so unique. It's so warm and welcome. It kind of, I mean, if you could bottle the warmth and the richness of Michael Bublé's voice, that's really what you're getting here.
I like that. That's a good way, because it actually starts off with these beautiful citral notes that I know you're gonna love. So you have those top notes, those really fresh notes of the mandarin. There's also some pink pepper, which gives it that nice little element of spice to it. Then it has this really soft, pretty floral in the middle. It's what they kind of consider, it's called a transparent floral. So there's no individual top notes that are in there. So here are all the notes. The top notes do have the bergamot, which is kind of like a crisp lime. You also have the lemon, there's mandarin and the pink pepper. And then in our mid notes, that's that transparent floral, but there's jasmine sambac in there. Comes from India. It's very, very highly prized by the prestigious perfumers too. It's actually natural jasmine, so that's one of the things you'll love. There's orange blossom, which is our home state, Florida. That's our flower. It's a white floral that has a little bit of spice to it. And then there's also gonna be the base notes are probably more traditional to Michael Bublé. There's vanilla, there's cedar wood, there's sandalwood, but then there's also papyrus. And I love that he actually included papyrus. You don't hear that all the time in a fragrance, but you'll notice that this is actually called Love Note. And what would Cleopatra have found, you know, a little love note written on? It would have been written on papyrus. So I love that the papyrus is in there, but it just gives it a little bit of that woodsy kind of note in there. These are also full size, 3.4 ounces of the eau de parfum. This is not an eau de toilette. You get not 1, but 2, and then you actually receive the gorgeous bag as well.
For $34.95, and $34.95 is not the flex pay. You can get it home for $11.65, free shipping and handling. Think about this. Maybe gift this to somebody on your list. We'll actually let you put in a little gift note. We'll hide the price. Nobody would believe it anyway, that it was $34.95. You can scan the QR code down there at the bottom. We will ship this to somebody on your list for free. We'll ship this to you, and they're coming individually boxed. What a beautiful gift to give somebody. $34.95. Now, if you were to purchase them separately, the fragrance on its own, the 2 fragrances would be, let's see here, we're gonna show it to you. The 2 fragrances would be $54. Full size eau de parfum, 3.4 ounce. And then we've got that $19.99 bag included. Should be $73.99. This is your final quantity, the final fewer than 500 now. So I'd scan that QR code and get in on it. I know it's tough to shop fragrance on TV, of course, but that's why we've got such a great return policy. So if we've got all the way through the end of January. It's not like walking through a mall, though you can only get this here. It's not like walking through a mall and having them be like, here, spray, and then you're walking through the day like, I like to get
it at home. You can try it, you can experience it for yourself, but I can tell you the reaction that I've had, because everywhere that I've gone, I know Martino came in and he hugged me, and you know, and Anthony just came in and he hugged me, and they're like, wow, you smell great. I'm like, oh, it's Michael Bublé. So the fragrance are absolutely beautiful. I will tell you, I am a really picky perfume girl. I love every single one of his fragrances. They are so heartwarming, they're so heartfelt. All the attention that he puts into his notes and music, he also puts into his beautiful fragrance. He doesn't need to do a fragrance line. He does it because it's something, he said, he goes, I want fragrances that if I were to be stuck in an elevator with somebody, that this is what they would have on. Or this is something that he would want to have on, or give to his wife, or to give to his daughter, or to give to his mom. It is truly multi-generational. These fragrances are stolen by my daughter, who is 27 years old. She consistently steals the fragrances from me. And then my mom, same thing. So I love that 3 different generations all really appreciate, because there's something fresh and young for my daughter. There's something classic, like my mom loves the jasmine that's gonna be in here. But the majority of the ingredients that are in here are also all natural too, so that makes a big difference. So once again, those notes, you start off, you have the mandarin, the bergamot, the lemon, and then that pink pepper, which is really kind of that novel, fresh note. It gives you sort of a little bit of a zing. It's the perfect blend with the citrus though. And then the mid notes, that jasmine sambac, one of the most highly prized by top perfumers in the world. It's actually a natural jasmine. And then the orange blossom has a little bit of spice to it. And then we transition into the base, which is what I call the snuggle down notes. This is after you've been wearing the fragrance for a while, because the top notes hit you about an hour in. You kind of have the mid notes for the next 2 hours, and then the snuggle down notes are the ones I say you want to get snuggled up by the fireplace, and that's where you have the vanilla, the cedar wood, and the sandalwood. And sandalwood is so on trend with fragrances right now, but the papyrus is what the Egyptians actually used to make papers, and it has a little bit of a green note to it, and that's something that's new and different to his fragrances as well. I love that he continues to evolve with what's there.
It gives it kind of a freshness and a little bit more of a crispness with that papyrus. It's unique. One of the things that they always recommend, they, meaning psychologists, I'm actually a marriage and family therapist, I would always kind of recommend this. If you want to do something